today what we're going to do is demonstrate how a bubbler system works out. The main component of the bubbler system is what's known as a constant differential relay, which I'm showing here. I've got compressed air coming in through a regulator. I've regulated it down. It's going through this constant differential relay. From the constant differential relay, we tee off to the dip tube and then over to a differential pressure transmitter. In this case, we have the pressure transmitter scaled 0 to 5 inches of water. The idea here is for the compressor to flow a small amount of air through the relay out through the dip tube, and as the water level rises on the dip tube, it creates back pressure, and the pressure transmitter senses that. Why is that important? In our application today, we're trying to measure the level of glue, and glue will coat up anything that it's touching. So the fact that this thing is constantly purging air out of the end of the dip tube means that it's self-cleaning. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show, we've got a 1-inch mark on the dip tube. We're going to put this down in the cup of water, and you can see the bubbles coming out of the top, thus the term bubbler tube. And now if we pan over to the pressure transmitter, should be reading about 1 inch of water column. So now back to the water cup, I'm going to push it down into about 2 inches deep, and the pressure transmitter should be reading around 2 inches. And I'll finally go down to 3 inches of water as best I can hold it, and I'm guessing the transmitter is around 3 inches. So that's about as simple as it is. The pressure transmitter over here is going to output a 4 to 20 milliamp signal proportional to the level of water in the vessel. So now we're going to come over here to the glue application. This one's kind of interesting, and again we'll stick the dip tube into the 1-inch level, and you can see small bubbles of glue are forming, and trying to hold it steady here. We're right at about 1 inch of water column, and now I'll push it down into a 2-inch glue level, and it should be reading just under, right around 2 inches of level on the glue. So that gives you an idea of how this works. Pulling it out, and you can see the bubbles coming off the end as this thing bleeds itself clean. Just coming back over here to the computer, we've got it in at about 2 inches of water level over there, and we've got PDM software open, and here's the 2-inch mark on the screen, and kind of hard to tell, but if you were to look at the, well, you can see up here on the display it's reading 2.3 inches. Mark, can you lift it up a little bit? So the dip tube, pull it out a little bit. Pull it out to about the 1-inch mark. Okay, so we're push it down a little bit. So we're at about 0.8 inches of water. Okay, that's it. Pretty simple. This is how to set up a bubbler tube with a pressure transmitter. Great for dirty applications or applications where you might coat, or in this particular application with the customer, the surface of the liquid was so bubbly and violent that something like an infrared or ultrasonic sensor would not get a good reflection off of the surface. Thank you.